let's talk about some more of my knitted projects from 2024. Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so today is going to be part 2 of my knitted projects of 2024. If you haven't seen part 1, definitely go check it out. Okay, so I have dedicated YouTube videos and Ravelry pages for all of the projects that I talk about today. So I won't be going so much into detail about each project, but what I will be doing is talking about how I feel about the project, how I feel about the yarn. Has the yarn held up over the last year? Have I worn it over the last year? And we'll be talking about things like that. And also, I will be talking about these in chronological order. So let's go ahead and get started. Up first, we have the match cardigan, and that is designed by Kadri. And so I knit the size 4, and the yarn that I used was Drops Big Merino. It is an Aran weight yarn, and I used the colorway Lavender. Also, it is a 100% superwash merino wool yarn. Okay, would I use the yarn again? No, no, I wouldn't. Where do I start? It's a little, okay, let me put it to you this way. I don't necessarily know if the yarn is the problem or if it's the yarn and pattern combination, because this yarn is, or this pattern rather, is knit with a very large gauge. And so it's quite see-through to be a cardigan. Also, I found the yarn to be quite splitty. As you can see here, it is starting to come apart a little bit there. Don't like that. Not to be confused with the Drops Merino, which is the DK. I love that yarn. But the Big Merino, I have tried it on several projects, at least 2 projects, and each time I did enjoy the yarn. But I do encourage you to check out Drops Big Merino and let me know how you like it. And so, in terms of what I would change, like I said, it would be the yarn pattern combo. I have contemplated ripping this out and remaking it. Also, another thing that's my fault is this yarn. This is an Aran weight yarn, but the yarn that the match cardigan calls for, it may even be a bulky weight yarn or something thicker than an Aran. So that was a mistake on my part as well. Yeah, also, I knit it too big. I have got to learn to do better. In 2025, I've got to learn how to better gauge projects for my size. I just have to. So yeah, but in terms of the pattern, I would absolutely make this pattern again. It is so well written and I just love it. I also love my choice of buttons. They're kind of like this really pretty shiny silvery button. And the pockets. I love pockets. I love these pockets. It's so cool. And also look at that raglan. That raglan detail, stunning, okay? Just stunning. And so in terms of how often I wear this, not very often. I've probably worn it, I probably wear it once every few months. As you can see on the back, I hope that you can see it here. The yarn is just so splitty, like there's bits of the yarn just sticking up. So there's one string that's pulled there, another string is pulled there, and then another one there. So yeah, I wear it around the house, but it's just not something that I feel comfortable with wearing outside the house. I wore it outside the house maybe like a few months ago, and yeah, I was I was drowning in it. So I don't know. There's that. But yes, definitely check out the pattern. And also, if you want to try the Big Merino, let me know how you like it. I know that there's some of y'all that really like it, but I'm happy that I was at least able to try it out. Okay, so up next we have the Toaster Tee, and this is designed by Rebecca Clow. I think I was saying Clow. It's Clow, like glow. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, Rebecca Clow. So I knit the size 6, and the yarn that I use is Yarn Bee Must Be Merino. It's an Aran weight yarn, and the colorway is black. And the fiber content is 50% wool, 25% nylon, and 25% acrylic. So, yay. What would I change? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's perfect. It's perfect the way it is. I wouldn't change a thing. And I love it because I can wear anything with it. It is just a classic black tee. Yeah, I love it. Yes, I would make the pattern again. I did make the pattern again. And yeah, it's a beautiful pattern, and you can do so many different things with it. How often do I wear it? At least twice a month, if not more. At least twice a month. Excellent, excellent project. Really well written. Okay, so let's talk about this next one. So this project is definitely the bad boy out of the group, okay? Because this is the Cali cropped cable cardigan designed by Ashley Lillis. Now, this is a fantastic, fantastic pattern. And I had the privilege of test knitting it, so that was fun. I knit the size 3. And the yarn that I used was Lion Brand's Wool Ease Thick and Quick. It is a super bulky weight yarn, and the colorway is pumpkin. The fiber content is 80% acrylic and 20% wool. Would I use this yarn again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Y'all, this yarn sheds like crazy. This yarn, this yarn does too much, okay? It is shedding everywhere. It's doing the most, okay? And I love this pattern. I love this project. Let me tell you what I love about it. First of all, it gave me a chance to make cables. Love that. And another thing too is it taught me how to read a chart. So I learned 2 new skills with this one. Learn how to do cables. Learn how to read a chart. And it's fantastic. And it's so wonderfully well written. And I never thought I could read a chart or do cables, but here we are. It's fantastic. And yeah. So unfortunately, I don't get to wear it very often because it sheds like crazy. I went to a meeting the other night and I was like, I'm going to wear it. It's going to be cute. The weather is perfect. I wore a really nice black dress with it and it shed like crazy. Okay. And I had to do a presentation in front of people and y'all, it was shedding everywhere. And so it's unfortunate. I feel like this piece is going to be a beautiful statement piece for my office. I'm probably going to keep it on the mannequin because it is stunning. The cables, the buttons, it's absolutely amazing. I wish I could wear it more often. And you know what? There may be some days where I just wear it anyway because I just want to, and I'll deal with the shedding later. I haven't gleaned it yet. I think that'll help. Yeah, we'll see. Let me know if y'all have any tips for shedding yarn. I would love to hear it. And yeah, okay. So moving on, we have the Bestie Vestie, which is designed by Vanessa Smith of Vanessa Smith Designs. And this was also a test knit. And so for this one, I knit the size 5, which is a 1X. And the yarn I used was Cascade 220. And let's see, this was DK. Yeah, this was a DK weight yarn. And the colorway is Candy Pink. And it is 100% superwash merino wool. And so I have no complaints at all about this yarn. I mean, it's a good yarn. It's nothing like super fancy, anything like that. It's a really good yarn and I see why people like it. So yeah, what have I gotten on it? Okay. But yeah, really good yarn. It does have a little bit of a halo, but not much. So yeah, here it is. And what would I change? Okay. This is all I mean. It's not the pattern. I picked up too many stitches. I don't know how I did it. I picked up too many stitches. And so as a result of that, the armhole is quite loose at the bottom. Also, I did not master the tubular bind off. I tried and I tried and I tried, and I just got so frustrated, and I just wanted to get it done. And so I talked to the designer, and she was helping me out the best that she could. Yeah, it just didn't work. Like, I failed at the tubular bind off, and maybe one day I will be able to master it. I don't know. We shall see. So yeah, that would be the only thing that I would change. But what I love about it is this cable detail. This is my first time ever doing cables like this. It's amazing. And then it has these beautiful eyelets going down the front. So I love that. And also the color is just kind of out of my, I wouldn't say comfort zone, but it's a little out of the box for me to go with this light pink. But when I went to the yarn shop and I saw it, I was like, you know what? This is my time to try something different. And so, yeah. So I did. And it's really cool. But I've got to fix the arms on it. Gotta fix the arms on it. And so that is something that I will be working on this year, is going back and frogging projects back and fixing them. And so that's something that I want to accomplish later on this year. In fact, if you watched my bingo video, that's one of the things that I wanted to set as a goal, is to go back and fix some projects. So we'll work on that. Okay, so up next we have the Rusko beanie, and it is designed by Anita Jutu. Hope I said that right. And this was a test knit. And so this hat, I knit the size 5, which is the adult medium. And the yarn that I use is Drops Merino Extra Fine. It's a DK weight yarn, and the colorway is medium purple. And this yarn is 100% superwash merino wool. Would I use this yarn again? Absolutely. Beautiful stitch definition. Yeah. Now I will say with this yarn, when you look at the V stitch of the knit stitch, it does seem like one side is more twisted than the other. And that used to kind of annoy me, but now, no, it's just fine. I really like this hat. It fits really well, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. I'm really proud of my decreases on the crown. I love those 3 points that it has. It's a really good design, so I'm really proud of that. And yeah. And so basically this was a hat that she had already come out with, but she wanted to basically like revamp her style of writing patterns. And so she just wanted to update this one, get more sizes, get more testers. And so, yeah, I'm glad I was able to help out. And so I wear this a lot. I have a matching accessory. Yes, a matching accessory that's gonna go with it, and we'll get to that one in just a second. So I do wear this quite often. In fact, I wore it yesterday. I think I wore it yesterday, but it feels amazing on my head. Okay, so up next we have Toasted Tea number 2. And so this is designed by Rebecca Clow. And the size that I made was the size 6. And the yarn that I used was Drops Merino, Extra Fine Merino. And it is a DK weight yarn. And the colorway is Mustard. It is a beautiful color. And this yarn is 100% superwash merino wool. And so, of course, yes, I'd use the yarn again. I'm kind of having like a reoccurring theme here. And I wouldn't change anything about it at all. The only modification that I made was that I made the sleeve a little bit longer. I also made the body a little bit longer. And that's it. And I would definitely make this pattern again. I have plans to make it again. I think I want to use the Cascade Sport yarn to do it. I think that'll be fun. So, yeah. I mean, I would definitely make this again. And yeah, it's just a great pattern. So I probably wear this probably every other month. It is a very bright, bold color. And so every now and then I'll wear it with some dress pants or something like that. Or maybe even with a dress. So beautiful. And I love the raglan. And oh, another difference that I made. So with my black Toasted Tea, I did a 2x2 ribbing on the hem and the neck and the sleeve cuffs. But with this one, I did the 1x1 ribbing. Of course, like I said, I have Ravelry pages and YouTube videos on everything that I talk about today. So if you really want to know more details, you can go and check those out. All right, so up next, we have the Bessie scarf, and this is designed by Gavrila Treminio of Hello Lavender. And so this is the accessory that I made using leftover yarn from my Rusco beanie. I knit the medium size. So of course I used Drops Extra Fine Merino 100% superwash merino wool. And yeah, of course, I'll use the yarn again. Obviously I did. It is leftover from my Rusco beanie. And I love the eyelet design. And also I made it really, really long, so it can wrap around my neck 3 times. I do like it because, so with the eyelets, it might not be very warm, you know, to have a scarf that has eyelets in it. But because I can wrap it around my neck 3 times, it's super warm. So I really like it. Okay, let's see. Let's untie myself here. It's a lot, y'all. Okay. Put that on my pile here. All right, so let's switch some things over. We got a little bit more room now. So the next project that I want to share is the Seven Sisters top, and it is designed by Sloan Lacasse. And so I knit the size 5, which is the XXL size. And the yarn that I use is Barocca Vintage. It is a worsted weight yarn. And this is the colorway Dried Plum. Beautiful. It has little specks of blue and red in there. It's just a fabulous color. And so this yarn is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. And so I would definitely use the yarn again. I was out yarn shopping yesterday and I was so tempted to buy some more, but they didn't have enough for a sweater's quantity, so I didn't get it. But yeah, really pretty. I wouldn't change a thing about this. Wouldn't change a thing about the pattern. Wouldn't change a thing about the yarn. I just love it the way it is. And so what I really like about it, if you'll notice here, there's some really long 2x2 ribbing. I love 2x2 ribbing. I just think it is so fun to make. And so it's really long too. You don't really get a lot of projects that has like 5 inches of 2x2 ribbing. I think that is really nice. And so I probably wear this, I'd say maybe every 1 to 2 months. Of course, a lot of things I'm wearing more right now because, you know, it's more weather appropriate, but this is going to be great for the spring. And so closer to March, April, I think I'm going to wear this even more. But for now, you know, I just layer it. I've got a long black shirt that I can wear underneath it. And also I have dresses that I wear it with as well. So it can be worn year round. You just got to, you know, layer it. So that's how you do that. Okay, so up next we have the Best Cable Knit Hat. And this is designed by Ashley Lillis. And so it comes in 1 size. And I used Marisol yarn in the Ushia base. It is a super bulky weight yarn. And the colorway is Hollyhock. And this yarn is 98% merino wool and 2% nylon. Beautiful yarn. And like the Barocca Vintage yarn, it's a little bit more purple, but it's got some burgundy reddish specks in it as well as some blue specks in it. So that's really nice. And also it does have a slight halo, which I don't mind at all. And look at these beautiful cables. Y'all, this was the year of cables for me. I just knit all the cable things. And I had a great time doing it. It was like I learned how to use a cable needle and I just went for it and I was just making cable everything. And so it's beautiful. There's absolutely nothing I would change about this hat. This hat is really good if you are a beginner or if you are someone that's never knit a cable before. This would be a great beginning project to start with. I would definitely recommend this pattern. It's really easy to follow, and there's also a YouTube tutorial with it as well. So I probably wear this like at least once a week. It is definitely a go-to hat for me. I just like it is, yeah. It's one of those hats where I open the drawer and I'm like, okay, we're going with you today. So it's just a really fun hat and I wear it a lot and I look forward to wearing it even more in the future. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this next one I'm quite proud of. Okay. This is the Age of Brass and Steam shawl, and it is designed by Orange Flower Yarns. So look at this beauty. This comes in two sizes, shawl size and kerchief size, and I made the shawl size. And so this one is special because I use hand spun Rambouillet wool. And it was just amazing to use this yarn. It's so soft and squishy, you know, and it's a non-superwash. It's completely untreated yarn. These colors are the colors of the Rambouillet sheep. And yeah, just they spun the two colors together, the two natural colors together. And so I wouldn't change a thing about this. The pattern was easy to follow. I enjoyed the eyelets there, and it was just amazing to work with such a special yarn. I had this yarn for quite a while and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with it? And, you know, this came along. And so I really don't wear this a lot. I more so like wear it for special occasions. And so, yeah, it's one of those things that I just kind of want to really dress up when I wear it. But I actually wear it around the house quite a bit too because it just keeps me so warm. It's super, super warm and really soft. So yes, I'm very proud of this one. And I had this pattern in my Rav queue for like forever. And so I was really happy to be able to make it. And also this was one of those projects that when I first became a knitter, I was like, oh, you can't make that. That is too difficult. That is too hard. And when I look at it now, I wish I would have just done it anyway. But yeah, really proud of this one. Okay, so up next we have the Rosemary Tee, and it is designed by Ashley Lillis. As you can tell, I do enjoy her patterns. And so I knit the size 7. And the yarn that I used was Drops Big Merino, which is an Aran weight yarn. We talked about this yarn a little bit earlier. And this is the colorway Forest Green. And it is 100% superwash merino wool. And so this top basically came from, let's see, I was going to knit another project with it and it just didn't work out. And so I ripped it back and I decided to do this tee. And I'm so glad that I did. It is pilling a little bit, but you know, I just use a gleaner on it. It's not a big deal. And so the yarn is really soft, very, very soft. And you know, when it comes to using Drops Big Merino, I actually feel like it works better on a smaller gauge, such as something like this. It worked out much better on this tee, but I love it. Look at this long raglan, really pretty. I've never made a raglan this long before, and it's just a really good top. Yeah, I definitely recommend this top. It's just, I like really like staple pieces like this, just classic t-shirts. As you can see, I'm a t-shirt type of girl. I love wearing t-shirts. And so this is a fantastic t-shirt. If you're looking for some good t-shirt patterns, I definitely recommend this one. The Seven Sisters top, the Toasted tee. Those are all great tops. And so if you all have any nice t-shirt type of tops, let me know. Leave the recommendations below. I would love it. Now, I really haven't had a chance to wear this simply because I finished it in December. And so I just hadn't had the time to wear it yet, but I definitely will be wearing it. But I only finished it like maybe a month and a half ago. So, you know, I haven't really had a chance to wear it out yet, but I look forward to doing so. Okay, so up next we have the Ridgeway cardigan, and this is designed by Ashley Lillis. And so I knit the size 4, which is an extra large. And the yarn that I used was Paintbox Yarn Simply Chunky in the colorway Dark Aubergine. And this yarn is 100% acrylic yarn. So as you can see, the color is stunning. This beautiful dark purple. I would absolutely use this yarn again. If you are looking for a really good acrylic yarn, check out Paintbox Yarns. They have acrylic yarn, but they also have wool as well. And it's a beautiful color. And I love the color. I love the fit. And this ridge detail is stunning. I hope that you can see that. But yeah, lovely ridge detail there. I really like how she designed this. It's definitely a different construction than I'm used to, and so love it. Now in terms of getting a chance to wear it, I finished this cardigan during the last week in December. So this is fresh off the press. I am looking forward to wearing this. I really, really am. I'm going to wear it very soon. Okay, so let's break down the projects from my part 1 and part 2 video. So I did a total of 23 items. I made 4 hats, 1 capelet, 4 scarves, 5 cardigans, 1 sweater, 1 headband, 1 dishcloth, 4 tees, 1 vest, and 1 shawl. One thing I noticed in making part 1 and part 2 of my Everything I Knit in 2024 videos is that I made a change in my fiber choices. I noticed that during the first part of the year, I worked with a lot of acrylic yarn, which is perfectly fine. But also, I noticed that towards the end of the year, I started working with mainly wool yarn or wool blends. And that's very interesting. I think it came from the fact that I started exploring more places to purchase yarn. So I found out about webs, and I started using Wool Warehouse more. I purchased from Lovecrafts. Let's see, where else did I buy yarn from? There were a few. Oh, I also started going to local yarn shops a whole lot more. I went to, I want to say 3. I went to at least 3 local yarn shops last year. And so that's something that I kind of stopped doing, but I started going back because there's been quite a few new local yarn shops that have opened near me. And so I think because I have kind of expanded where I've been buying yarn, it's like I see more and more options. And so I think that's why there's like kind of been like this subtle shift in yarn fiber that I use, and it's been really interesting, and it's something that I really didn't notice until I put all the yarn together, all the projects together, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. So let me know, like, have you noticed over the past few years that your fiber choices have changed? Maybe you used to work with mainly cotton and now you mainly work with acrylic. Or maybe you used to work more with superwash and maybe now you work with more non-superwash. I would really love to know. So yeah, that's really interesting. But let me know in the comments if you have made any of these projects or want to. Let me know what you made last year. I would definitely love to know that. And of course, I have made a Everything I Knit part 1 video, so go check that out. And also, if you're like me and you knit and crochet, check out my Everything I Crocheted in 2024 video. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me. Let me know what you worked on while watching, or did you just chill? Because I love reading you all's comments. And also thank you for clicking that like button and that notification bell. I really do appreciate it. And definitely check out my YouTube community tab. I'm always asking some fun questions there, or just letting you all know what I'm up to. And yeah, I love the interaction with you all. And if you would like to become a member of this channel, you can click the join button below. And I also want to thank all of you that purchased patterns from me through my Ravelry Wishlist. Quite a few of the projects that I talked about today were patterns that were given to me. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. And of course, y'all know just you being here and watching to the end is support in itself. So I really appreciate it. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye.